Good evening, everybody. This is DC with Deconstructive Thoughts, and I'm your host. And today is a very critical topic, if you ask me. Lately, we've been talking about, we've been kind of hard on the men, and I'll admit we've been hard on the men. But look, man, I'm only hard because you should be able to take the criticism. I'm not pandering. I'm not saying women don't do anything wrong, but if they are doing anything wrong, what I'm saying is it's because your leadership sucks, right? If they're doing anything wrong, it's because your leadership sucks. There's so much that is required of us in a relationship. It could seem impossible. Like, we have to take the big load, right? We gotta do everything right. We gotta remain in character. We gotta be good fathers. We gotta be good examples. We gotta provide. We gotta do a whole lot just to have a good woman. And I know this can just be tantalizing, but man, I'm just saying is that if you put it all on your shoulders, anything that goes to fault, will be easy to detect what's wrong. It'll be easy to detect what's wrong. It's undeniable when you lead well, right? When you lead at your best, your woman is left to do nothing but to examine herself. When you're providing, you're protecting, when you're communicating, when you're governing, when you're checking, when you're still loving and embracing, what is she going to have to put on you? What is she going to have to act out on? She's only going to have one decision but to straighten up, right? When a daddy's girl, wants what she wants, she throws a fit she throws a horrible fit, if her dad is wishy-washy in his leadership, because she knows she can manipulate and crack him. But if he is stern on what he actually believes in, and if he is stern on his principles, there is no way she's going to act out to get what she wants. She's going to recognize authority, and she's going to behave. She's going to get in line, and she's going to cooperate. And a lot of times, man, this is what we got to realize, is that a lot of these women are looking for their fathers in the men that they court, right? Looking for their fathers. They're looking for daddy. That's how they want to call you daddy, because they want you to remind them of daddy, because daddy governed. The reason why a lot of men ain't getting called daddy nowadays is either because, one, their father wasn't a prime example at all, or two, you're not being father-like. So that the daddy phenomenon is not just a kinky thing. The daddy phenomenon is an actual desire. She doesn't want her daddy. She wants you to be daddy. Okay? So the major topic today, men, we have to raise men. We have to get back in the pattern of raising men. This is why the world and the dating field is going rampant right now in the first place, because there is a shortage of men. If there was a MEN stock, right, it would be plummeting right now. Now, granted that it's 50-50. We have some quality men coming out this generation, of ours, and then we have some just low quality men coming out this generation, and it's because principles aren't being transferred, right? Principles aren't being transferred and enforced. It's not enough for you to kind of just preach it. You must enforce manhood upon your sons in order for them to understand and exhibit manhood. Yes, they're eating your food, you're paying the bills, they're living under your roof, X, Y, Z. They're doing all that. So yes, you can dictate behavior. If they're going to sit here and pay the bills, if they want to dictate how they want to act out, well, they need to go produce and help pay for some of these bills in order for them to act the way they want to act. Because besides, if they're able to do that, they're doing their job to be providing, they're doing to produce, right? And so they're already acting as a man. It takes a man to understand how to produce, right? How to be profitable. Okay, so yeah, if you're paying bills around here and this, that, and the other, and you're consistent in it, you can have an attitude, right? But I'm only gonna let you pay so much because you're not. Because you can just get out. See, that's the part we have a hard time sitting with. We have a hard time being hard fathers. We want our sons, we want our children to love us. And it's a sad mistake. Let them love you after they get out the house. Let them love you after 18. Stop trying to make your children love you right now. Just show them that you're there. Show them that you respect their mother. Show them that you're supportive. But these principles will be stood on. And anything outside of it, it's a no-go. All right, so it's that simple, man. We have kind of let down this generation, and it's just getting worse. Before you know it, there's going to be sugar babies all over, right? It's already on a high ramp right now. There's going to be sugar babies all over. Before you know it, there's going to be double the incarceration of black young men, right? Before you know it, all this is, but take heed, this is all going to change. This is all going to change because voices are being extruded. Voices are being put forward for change. I'm not on my watch. I'm not letting this generation go down like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm vowing to do my best, right? To make sure I encourage every man I know to be a great father, to tell me he's doing a great job. You know what I'm saying? I'm vowing in my life that, every black man, white man, Mexican man, Hispanic man, Chinese man, gets a greeting from me as a man. Because see, that's the first place where it starts, is that we have to have some sense of unity and respect for each other, right? If these women won't have it for us, we gotta have it for each other. All right, and the only reason why these women don't have it for us is because we don't exude it, right? Or there's a majority out there that's making a perception on men, and they're not digging it. Okay, so we're not having it. All right, men, we gotta step up. I don't have any children at the current moment. It's 2023, and I am currently without children, right? And what that places on my mind is that whomever I marry, whomever I conceive children with, I have to be there, right? We have to be. We just have to be there. That's the first step, man. We've been having our fun and laying in and laying out, but we're not having enough responsible men. And I don't care if you didn't have your daddy yet right back then to teach you how to be a man. You're hearing me right now, okay? You're hearing me right now, and I'm telling you, you have to be there for your child. You have to be there for the mother. You have to be there. Point blank, period. You have to be there. That's the first step. Because look, just go ahead and put the boy toys up, man. Stop being a boy. If you got children, stop being a boy and go take care of your responsibilities. Go stand on your platform. Go stand on your stance and be a man, right? Let's pull up our britches, man. Let's put on our boots, right? It's over for, just always kicking it with the boys. Now you done put a young boy or a young girl into this world. And your job to raise them as adequate adults is much more important than your fun time right now. Right? So, yeah, no, I'm not letting it go by the wayside for you to just have fun. And I expect any man to hold me accountable just the same. Right? So, let's shortly talk about some important principles to teach, especially our young men. Right? The first thing that's going to be important to teach our young men is respect. Right? Not just for women, but respect in general. You know, respect is a factor that's universal. First of all, it goes across the board. It has no respect to man. I don't care if that's your enemy or whatever it is. You have to have respect. So, what are some important keys in respect are how you define it, because this doesn't mean yes ma'am and no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. But respect is understanding someone's ability and value, right? Someone's ability, their power, and their value. That's what respect is. When you understand it and you address yourself accordingly. You know, you understand their rank, you understand where they stand. Okay, all right, because even when it comes to, you know, opposite forces, you got to acknowledge how strong they are against you, and you got to address it accordingly. So now you can't hit it the same way you hit someone that's in your same weight bracket. You got to kind of come at it at a different angle. You might have to intimidate a little bit. You might have to hit low, or you might have to take double and hit high. But see, it doesn't sound like this is a form of respect, but this is respect. If I understand who I'm up against, I'm respecting the power that they bring to the table. Because what disrespect does, it humbles you. Because if you fail to realize the power that someone else has, and you want to approach it just like it's any other thing, right? You will be humbled. So it makes sense why respect is described like this, right? Cool. So after respect, the next thing you must learn is productivity. That's the second principle. It's productivity. You know, my life, I grew up, you know, multi-talented and wanted to do different things. And it wasn't until I really got focused on one thing, or one skill, or one set, that I started seeing progress in my life. Right? We can't have dreamer boys. We can't be raising dreamer boys that want to be anything. We can't be sitting here telling these children that you can be anything. You are messing their heads up right there. You can't tell them it could be anything. No, you must tell them you can be anything, but you must choose what you want to be, and you must stick to it. It can be anything, but you must stick to it. Right? You must find you a mentor in that craft and stick to it. You must take up classes and stick to it. Right? If you make dream boys, you're making little Peter Pans who don't know how to grow up, who will sit here and choose an army of lost boys over a pretty damsel. Right? They'll choose to kick with the boys rather than settle down with a woman and make a legacy. They'll fight adults tooth and nail like Captain Hook. Right? But they won't grow up to be productive because they want to be all they want to be. They can't die. They're forever young. Have you ever seen men who still wear fitted caps cocked to the side but look old and played out? I'm not ridiculing, but if I'm stepping on toes, I'm stepping on them. That's the result of a lost boy, you know, or Peter Pan. You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important for them to learn the principle of productivity. right? That means that there is a particular skill set that is valued in the world that they must obtain and enhance and improve and move forward in, right? Beyond that, we have respect, we have productivity and skill set, lastly, we have sacrifice. All right, so sacrifice is an important principle to learn, for young men, because at some point you're gonna realize that you live life on a triple beam. And on this triple beam, the things that you weigh, the things that counterweigh is all that life has to offer, right? And on this one, you have all you have to give, right? So there's a lot, right? All life has to offer and all you have to give. And you only have so much room to put on here. You only have so much room. You only have so much you can put forward, right? So if you can't put too much forward, you're gonna have to sacrifice some things off. Maybe I can't hang out with the boys all the time anymore. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe I can't do that. Something has to be removed and put aside so that I can achieve a bigger goal. Maybe, I can't afford that car. Maybe I can't, maybe I can't have this girl. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I can't, do this. Or maybe you understand what things that you have to evaluate. And it is your job to evaluate them, and you have to understand. So we have to teach our children, our sons, first how to prioritize. What's at the top of your list? Is it family, right? Then you got career, right? Because no longer after you're 20, you're either having fun or you're raising a family. That's it. There's not much interesting to life. You're either having fun traveling or you're raising a family, right? And sometimes raising a family, demands so much, that the vacation's not always there. You might have to make a little more. So maybe you might have to leverage something, starting a business. So because starting a business where you end up employing people to make a little bit extra money if you want to sit here and enjoy raising your family while going on vacations and trips and enjoying life. Because one skill set alone or one job alone is not going to cut it. One career alone or one business alone is not going to cut it for you. That's going to cut it just enough to make it, right? But then if I want to do this, I might have to hash out a lot of extra work, right? Until I can employ other people. There's always going to be shifts and balances. All right, and this is I didn't even take notes, for this subject, but this is a little raw, but I hope my point is really getting across. Respect, productivity, and sacrifice is what we must teach our young men. And lastly, we just gotta give up being the one they love, right? And I mean that affectionately. They'll love you respectfully, but we gotta give up trying to be the one that they love, their favorite, that they have their friend. No, I am your father, and my job is to make a man out of you, right? I must give you the principles. I must lift your head up. I must teach you how to hold your own head up. Because us dipping and dashing and leaving it up to the women to raise men is the same exact reason why men don't have respect today. That's it. It's the same exact reason why men don't have respect today. Is because women have been raising the children the whole time, not men. Y'all didn't even go to court. Y'all didn't initiate going to court to get a paternity test. Y'all didn't even fight for custody. And if you did, of course, I'm not talking to you. But if you didn't, you understand why I'm talking to you. And don't take offense to it. I just really want our men to realize the job that we have is very important, right? And we can't play with it. We can't. It's our job. It's our job to make sure the woman is set in this right. It's our job to make sure the children are set in their right. If the end goal is that you want to be respected, then it's your job. Not her job to calm down. It's your job to do your job. But a lot of us are stuck in, some feisty relationships. I've been there. Some disrespectful relationships. I've been there. But the more I look back on it, the more I felt disrespected, the more I realized I wasn't doing my job. I wasn't stepping up. Right? So what are some things you can do right now to reestablish your manhood? What are some things you can do right now, right, to get you on track? One, you can zero in on that skill set. That's number one. You can zero in on that skill set, get focused, and take this skill set from here to here. Master that skill set, monetize that skill set, legitimize that skill set, establish that skill set that it makes for you. All right. Two, you can also begin working with organizations. Work with nonprofit organizations, beneficial organizations. Give your duty back to the community some kind of way. I don't care if you're mowing lawns for free or something. I don't care if you're working with nonprofit organizations. I don't care but do something to give back to the community. All right. So, and three, greet every man you see. Respectfully. Greet every man you see. Right? And that's it. That's it. I don't want to talk about too much about, open doors for every woman you see, because you're just going to come off as a sugar daddy. I mean, open the doors for them. I'm not saying don't open the doors for them. But a lot of times men just kind of fall right back into the and go backwards. And they get into getting some more panties and trying to find out they got that gentleman swag out them, and they end up dipping and dashing again. So yeah, just step up to those plates right there. Respect the men that you come across. Let's find our respect for each other first. Keep watching sports and keep drinking beer. Enjoy your life, especially if it's productive. But I digress. That's all I have for y'all today. If you like this talk right here, please leave a comment, a like, subscribe. I wish I would have said that sooner in the clip, but please subscribe, and let's boost up. Let's boost it. Let's step up, man. Let's have a great next generation of young men where the women just can't handle the vast amount of men out there, and then let them have the problem. Let them have the character problem next generation. That's it, man. Y'all have a nice one.